Alright, so I've noticed when you type in ESO in YouTube, you don't get many actual playthroughs. You could search ESO playthrough, ESO beginners, etc., and most of what pops up are quick 5 to 20-minute reviews, 15-minute to an hour long build guides where they show off what they've curated within a class, and so on, so forth. From what I've witnessed, I've literally searched ESO Part 1 and had 4 series pop up, 2 of which I have already seen from other results, one playlist from first launch, and another series I haven't seen pop up yet, but it's from 2 years ago. Then Skyrim videos and ESO don't do this and do this videos popped up, and that's about it. Most of what I've seen as a nice walkthrough is really quick, like extremely quick. Like 2 blinks and you miss it quick. Beginner guides say bare minimum for this or that, then just jump into builds or grind spots and whatnot. So sit down, buckle up, because we're going to start a new run for an Arcanist. Honestly, I'm obsessed with the class. It's nice. I enjoy both the stamina focused and the magicka focused builds. So I'm going to choose a Khajiit. We're going to do Arcanist. Start at the tutorial for you beautiful son of a guns. And I played through it several times, like too many times. But hey, for you guys, it's worth it. This is from the beginning, so yeah, we're in this. Alright, for starters, I'm going to grab the bow. Really and truly, all the starter weapons are up for grabs. You got your staves, your bow, sword, shield, two-handed melee, dual wield. Melee is going to be good for any kind of stamina, and staves are going to be good for magicka. It's all based on, your weapon passives and heavy attacks. Melees and bows, they're going to regen your stamina when you land a heavy attack. Staves, they're going to regen your magicka when you land a heavy attack. Now, feel free to do whatever you want. That's just a game mechanic, and sometimes, like the magicka-based Arcanist, I've been seeing a lot of builds just running it with a melee weapon. I mean, whatever works. So then the elf lady, whose name is not important, makes you learn some fighting mechanics. It's pretty slow and dreadful and terrible and uh like yeah. And for like impatient people like me, it's just a real buzzkill, but yeah.
Hard now. You're unnatural. Block its strike. Use your heaviest attack. Now some foes will try to restrain you. Quickly break free. Ha! You're unstoppable. Again, you broke loose. Prepare yourself. You're every bit the warrior I thought you'd be. Now bash the construct. Again. Now press your advantage with a heavier, powerful strike. Again. Hold its attack. That was quite a blow. Interrupt now, before it strikes. When your enemy prepares an attack, strike. Interrupting their attack will set them off balance.
But as we, wrap up baby's first slugfest here, we're just you get your initial level, and then I'm gonna stop right here, grab some gear, because you get like a small bit of light armor, small bit of medium armor, small bit of heavy. I'm gonna go medium for my critical chances and stuff, and yeah, so and then we get our first breath of outside. It's real nice, yeah. So just real quick, just you get your first few mobs out here. That's not a tutorial, first slugfest, and pretty much our goal is to get to that little objective at the top of the compass, the key rights gallery. And when you get in there, it's got a lot of armor for you to pick from. So I kind of just like finished off my medium armor set, you know, and that's that skip right there. And then you go up the stairs. You talk to the shelf again. Get it? She elf shelf. Don't kill me. But then she tells you about this thing called a Sky Shard, your first Sky Shard of the game. And fuck that tiger. Saber cat, my bad. But fuck that saber cat. She tells you about your first Sky Shard. You go fetch it, and you get your like first little mini boss. I guess you can call him, because he's not like a real boss. You know, he only has just like the more beefier health bar. You'll see what a boss health bar looks like later. But yeah, just take him out, collect your first Sky Shard, which is funny because the animation's the same, but it just doesn't count. So you'll see what they are actually used for later. And then you return back to Keylight's gallery, put in the power, plug in the 12 volt, and then just, you know, fucking head to the boss, which is like right after that. So.
There it is. Send it back to oblivion.
So as you can see, now that you can actually see the boss, how the boss actually has a different health bar. As you tell flashing underneath it, it has its regular beefed up extra health bar compared to the regular mobs, but it also gets the boss health bar at the top. Either way, it's a piece of cake, little cakewalk right there, and then you continue on deeper in the Keylight's gallery, and then here comes the confusing part, or what I hear is the confusing part for like a lot of new players. The official Keylight's gallery, and you go downstairs through the door, and you're just greeted with a bunch of portals after you talk to Shelf. So it's a lot of people get stuck trying to figure out where to start and whatnot. But don't worry, it's pretty simple. The best path to always go is starter zone, unless you got a specific objective you want to clear. Starter zone. Start with the starter zone, and you got 3 of them. You got the one for the Covenant, the Dominion, and for the Ebonheart Pact. So as I level up, the first thing I'm doing is I'm taking off left from Norianway, or whatever, Shelf. I call it Shelf for a reason. All right. But the portal I just stood in front of, that's going to be Canarthy's Roost. That's going to be for Aldemary Dominion. That next one I stood in front of is Stress Mackay. That's going to be Daggerfall Covenant. And then Bleak Rock Isle is the Ebonheart Pact. Those are the starter zones. That's where you're going to benefit the most, especially for somebody who's going to be newer or just looking for quick experience gain without doing all this bullshit grind shit that all these other creators tell you is like the best way. But yeah, it might be better, but for some people it's not. And just a quick grind through a story gets you like level 10 dungeons, crack those motherfuckers out, and then boom, you level 20 before you know it. 30, 40, 50, done. But anyway, so here I was going to take some screenshots and put those on screen, but I mean, it's simple enough to showing you like that. Anyway, but yes, start story, crack that motherfucker out, get your experience, get your levels. And since I'm Khajiit, I'm going to be Aldemary Dominion, so Canarthy's Roost. And you'll watch me crack that out in a second. I do have a slight issue with the recording on the upcoming part, because I didn't notice that my OBS was throwing out an issue with my video encoder, and said it was struggling. So you're gonna see a lot of choppy footage in the next part, and you know, it sucks to have to create a character just to re-record a part, so just bear with it a bit. It's just cracking out through the story of it. The next part 2 part of it I've recorded. I fixed the video encoder. That way I still have pretty decent quality and all that, and it's not being choppy. And with that being said, I went back to Canarthy's Roost because I ended up hopping on with my buddy while I was playing this, and he wanted to like 100% it. So I said, "Fuck it, let's make that part 2." So I hopped on. I was like, instead of the story, we're gonna 100% this motherfucker, and yeah, definitely some better recorded footage on that though. Anyway, so that's gonna be it for this part 1, I guess you can call it. tutorial. But yeah, please, if you like it, please like, subscribe, drop a comment. Let me know how this kind of video went, because I know the subscribers I got, they're there for my modded Skyrim playthrough I was doing, and yeah, if you look at the community post, I have an update on that, and I would like to get back to it. I really would, but you know, anyway, kisses, bye.